Hello and welcome! I am Geran Reaver and these are my second impressions of the Miskatonic. This is a visual novel point-and-click adventure that I did a first impressions of and immediately fell in love with. I love the art style, I love the humour, I love the source material. I love this game so far. So I thought I'd do it as a full thing, so I probably won't introduce the next one, the third impressions, because I'm going to record it in a batch and see where we go. So, I've just done the full talky introductory bit, and this is the first bit of actual gameplay. And there appears to be a semi-naked woman hanging above me. I think that's Annie. Staff dormitories, please report any breakages, spillages, corpses, interdimensional tears, and unattended viscera to a member of janitorial staff. They are appropriately trained in sanitation, body disposal, quantum physics, and mild voodoo. So basically the guys from Viscera Cleanup. As this is a very story-based game, I suggest you go check out part 1. It'll be linked to the end and in the description. Is it just me or does that look a lot like her? Like with the short dress skirt thing and the short hair and the fact that it says Strange in big letters and her name is Lestrange. Anyway. Oh, it is her. Hello. I just love the art style. Hello, Spooky. How's your feet? Why the fascination with my feet, Annie? Surely the juiciest stuff for cannibals is like the brain or whatever. Oh, no. Can't eat brains, my lovey. Eating brains gives you the shigglies. Shigglies? What's the shigglies? Shits and giggles, an English disease. Makes you shiver and laugh uncontrollably when you lose control of your body. Then you die. Had a friend who had it back home. Significantly less hilarious than it sounds. That sucks, man. Yep. And now I'm all inconsolable, and the only way to cheer me up is to give me a bite of your giant bum. Damn it, Annie, you almost had me feeling like you weren't a complete ass. I won't need the complete ass. Just half a cheek at most. Oh, thank God, finally, someone who's supposed to be English who actually says arse instead of ass. It annoys me how many times it's like an English person who just uses American terminology. Look at that. I love it. I love the art style. Sorry, I'm going to try and stop saying that every 2 minutes. Okay, that was pretty clever. I'm here all week. Okie dokie. How is she hanging? Why is she hanging? Let's speak to the others. I think that's Rumi, the witch. Nico Day. So a lot of the characters in this, I was having a look between recordings. This was kickstarted, and a lot of the characters in this are faculty, students, and I think there was another thing as well, which were designed, or at least named, and ideas provided by backers of the Kickstarter. You're the new security girl, right? I'm Nico Day, archivist of the Occult Science Building. Feel free to tell me your deepest and darkest. Okay, I left school when I was 9 to become a witch, and quietly hope that schools don't teach people anything important past that. Interesting. And they do, by the way, quite a bit. Oh. Well, shit. Don't listen to him if you can count and spell. Everything else is optional. Roger Cavendish, Chief Medical Officer. And what does that tell you? You can do more than count and spell, right, Doctor? Well, a few things. Bringing people back from the brink of a terrible, baphometic death. Creating vaccines for supernatural diseases. Have you ever seen a prosthetic tentacle? Don't get him started on his damn prosthetic tentacle. Any more little nuggets of secrecy, Charlotte? Okay, here's a fine one. People think I cock my hips all the time because it's a Shub Niggurath witch coven thing, but really it's because I'm secretly proud of my butt. It's a good butt. I choose not to answer. Rest of me sucks, but it's a damn good butt. On behalf of all cannibals, thank you for sharing it with the world. You're welcome. When I replay this, and I will replay this, almost immediately after completing this playthrough, I'm going to just stop between every single line of conversation and get screenshots. I can't get over how much I love the art in this game. You know what? Because someone pointed out in the comments that my Blood Mage character from Age of Decay and Age of Encryption would fit into this world. I want to find the artist who designed this game and get blood mage art done by, I think it's a him. Rumin, hello.
So I'm subbing a class for one of the astronomy guys, right? And substituting means it's time to watch a documentary in the lecture hall. And everyone's watching this thing, and it's like the closest star to our solar system is about 4.5 light years away, and you thought you felt lonely. And I'm like, why would you assume that? Why assume that about literally every person who watches this thing? I grew up in a coven surrounded by spell-slinging psycho bitches, and now I work in a university. I salivate at the concept of loneliness. I wonder if they say that in Nature.
Okay, that's how she pronounced nature, don't judge.
I wonder if they say that in nature documentaries too, trying to make weird animals relatable.
Huh, yeah. Oh, sorry, did Charlotte say that?
Huh, yeah. And you thought you sprayed pungent urine at attacking predators.
Oh yeah, she did. Whoops.
And you thought you had a projectile tongue that was sticky at the end so you could catch cute bugs. And you thought you had a four-headed penis.
What the F has a four-headed penis?
Echidnas. Maybe girl echidnas are into the whole eldritch horror kink. Guy echidnas gotta step their game up and turn their peens into horrific nightmares.
I have no argument for this. I honestly did not expect the conversation to immediately turn to echidna peni.
It's the new security. Annika Silverstein, Alien Theology.
Caleb Wakenshaw, pun enthusiast.
Charlotte Lestrange, badass witch cop. So what happened to the last security guy? Are they on sick retirement adventures?
Last I heard he landed in Aruba, then the rest of him landed in Cancun.
Yes, quite tragic. Entire occult science building exploded, leaving only a crater, oddly filled with indentations of the faces of the workers and students who were in there. That was before our time, of course, since we're alive and whatnot.
Huh. But there's, protections from that happening again, right? Oh yeah, they put a sneeze guard in.
Exactly.
Right. Well, I feel like there are going to be a lot of these just little groups of characters designed by backers. Marina. Did you know, before it was completely abandoned, Innsmouth desperately tried to become a tourism town? Tried to focus on aquatic circuses, gift shops, and freak shows featuring leftover Deep Ones. I happen to be named Most Attractive Deep One Hybrid every weekly beauty contest. Yeah, sure, okay. I didn't actually like Shadow over Innsmouth. I found it incredibly dull to read, mostly because at least half of it is just an incredibly long, descriptive bus ride.
Huh, you don't look like a Deep One.
That's probably why I kept winning. I will admit that it seems like large portions of this are almost entirely fan service, but still.
Probably not a good idea to immediately start taking sick naps on my first day on the job.
Second day, Nap City. USA. Eldritch Library. Books branded with the school's insignia R2 under no circumstances leave the library. Branded books found outside the library will be shot on sight.
All my classes are at 7 a.m. Got any ideas for a book that'll help me wake up in the morning? You'll want internalized zombification in the necrology aisle. All the benefits of being a zombie without the drawbacks of looking like a corpse. Though your intestines will occasionally fall out of your butthole.
Huh, they must have a book for everything. Though I'd take a coffee over scooping intestines back into my butthole. Maybe that's just me. Hello? Amelia Lynn... Oh, that's the second person to have the eye tentacles. It's actually quite a cool effect.
A fun trick of the black magic users of the old days was to write how-to spell books that, simply by reading them, will cast a curse that the reader was trying to learn on the reader themselves. Fiendish but funny, according to them.
What happened to your eye holes?
How to throw ethereal fire directly into somebody's eyes. Luckily, it was just the Cliff Notes version.
Nice. So, I think I came in this door? Yep. Middle door it is. Oh, Emily.
Hey, Emily. Do you guys have any books on advanced witchcraft? I want to keep fresh while I'm here. Hululu. I'll take that as an of course we do, Charlotte. Have you seen the size of this goddamn library? We got books that ain't even been written yet. Yoo. The Science of Rain Dancing by Professor Anna Undercarriage. I guess maybe I'll fit in here a little bit better than I thought. I've been doing science all this time. Much like electricity, the human body acts as a conductor of magical energy intrinsic in the air of regions of high concentration. This effect is exacerbated with wet skin, leading to many witch cults dancing naked in the rain in order to conjure spells effectively. That actually is an interesting way of looking at it. Indeed, it seems paranormal encounters seem more frequent when it's raining or in regions of the world where rain is frequent. The witch cults of Seattle and Scotland are considered incredibly powerful and fearsome, though this is simply due to their geographical advantage. Were they to be taken away from their home deluges, they would simply be as effective as their new weather permits them to be. Ha! Sick burn. Hello, Wobbly. What you reading? Nothing. Just some stuff about witches, you wouldn't get it. Nah, probably not. That stuff's too cool and magical for a dumb old cannibal like Annie. No place for an ugly old purple blood like poor old dumb old cannibal Annie. Poor dumb Annie. Well, hey, come on, I didn't mean it like that. Hey, next time it rains I could teach you a few tricks, how about it? Get you a pet frog, give it a couple extra eyes, what do you say? That sounds fun, but can I make a suggestion? Sure, I guess. Rather than rain, can we dance around in buffalo sauce? I think I want a little zing when I bite your bum. Damn it, Annie, why don't you go bug someone else? 'Cause you're the only one that finds it funny. There's a difference between laughing at something because it's funny and laughing at something because it's ridiculous. Most folks run away from folks like me. They seem to take threats of being devoured very seriously. And there's nothing I'd like more than watching you run away, Charlotte. Oh, you beat me to it. Yeah, see you around, Annie. I like them. Oh, wow. Oh, sorry, for some reason I saw that and thought eyes, like Apocrypha in Skyrim. So what's with the puppets? We help her talk with unfamiliar people on unfamiliar subjects. One must become more familiar with us in order to become more familiar with her. It's been a little too long in the psychology department, huh? I've heard researching all them dark psychiatrics can rub off on people.
And you spent a little too long in engineering to not know when someone's pulling your leg.
So working and studying in certain buildings is a residual effect? I wonder what effect working in the occult science building has on witches. I hope I don't start taking a chalkboard to my coven's dance rituals. No one wants to know the angle of rotation on one of my sick freeballing pirouettes. Which, I'm just going to point this out, are naked. We know that as a fact. Occult science entrance. Students of occult science are discouraged from interacting with other students of the Miskatonic alumni. As strange or upsetting as occult science seems to be, the subject is incredibly tame in comparison. Ask yourself why anyone would come to the Miskatonic University to study geography. I'll come back to her, because she's like the highlight. So go see June Bloody Moon. Studying at the Miskatonic is a huge opportunity. There are so few monster hunters in my hometown. I think my job prospects in the future are pretty bright. Because he's got his mouth sewn shut. Well, hey, at the very worst, I'm pretty sure this place could always use more freaky-ass teachers. Okay. Hello? Hey, Lizzie, what you got there? Grilly cheese. It's the best human invention. Everyone says so. Everyone? Like, everyone in the university? Everyone in this dimension. The Migo, the Yithians, the Starspawn, Chthonians. Look, you see, I mentioned this on the stream recently. Chthonian 3000 used to be my username before I started using Geran Reaver. And I didn't realise until a few years ago that it was actually based on the Cthulhu mythos. When someone makes one for him, the homeworld elder things. Even Yog Sothoth likes one now and again. Really? Not like the internal combustion engine? Not penicillin, the telephone? Light bulbs? Eyeglasses? Great big trains? Microscopes? Nah, we don't need any of that. So humanity, for all its achievements, all the love and loss, all the wars, all the technology and innovation, all the art and culture, everything we've done, and we're considered by the rest of the universe as those guys that make a mean grilled cheese. I don't know how to feel about that. I suppose that fits the whole theme of Lovecraftian horror, meaning that humanity is one tiny, tiny speck that honestly nobody apart from humanity cares about. Who's this guy? So, hey, why do so many people have tentacles coming out of their back? Have you ever faced a Baffa necrotic explosion head-on?
No, can't say that I have.
Neither has anyone else. First rule of Baffa necrotic explosions, turn away from the Baffa necrotic explosion. Well, I guess the first rule would be don't cause a goddamn Baffa necrotic explosion, but people can't seem to help breaking that one.
You could probably tell from the lack of extra limbs, but I have no idea what a Baffa whatever actually is.
It's the process of deliberately caving in an artificial portal through our dimension to stop extra-dimensional entities from getting out. It's a last resort, since usually there are teams of portal divers still inside, but hey, better than the end of the world, huh?
I guess. Hey, maybe you guys should try transmutation circles. That's what us witches use when we need to summon creepy stuff, and none of our coven have got any weird tentacles. All you need is chalk, a little blood, some candles.
And a complete disregard for pants. Yes, we've all been taught the witch method. But the scientific method reduces the elements of randomness, increases the size and duration of portals to allow for human entry, and best of all, you get to keep your clothes on.
So science is magic plus underwear, huh?
That is a quote.
Rather than go outside, I think I will go through here. Student Corporeum. Students are encouraged to practice vivisection during recreational hours, using the locally bred horrors, nightmares, pets, or children available. These resources are included in your tuition. So, what you reckon they're doing in there? Prodding and poking, same as always. Eventually they'll get bored and will be tasked with carting off the husk. Tee-hee, if you told Tiny Child Albert that in the future carrying corpses would be considered the easiest part of his day, I bet he'd pitch a fit. I'd have thought the part between carrying the body of the corporeum and carrying away would be the easiest part. Though I guess hanging out in this spooky-ass hallway can be a little exhausting too. Just a small word of advice, in the biology department you can just stick a dog and war veteran into a centrifuge and rejigger the mush into a living being. And everyone say hello to the world's first werewolf. There's clearly a reason I'm not down there with you guys. Aside from, the carnage it would cause.
What? Okay, that was an odd thing to just randomly happen. His brain is distended.
Did you hear that? A goddamn werewolf. You guys want to check it out? We're not done here, Mike. We gotta get the incinerators going before we can knock off.
Connors is right. First we burn whatever nightmare the Corporean's working on, then we go gawk at whatever nightmare the biology department's working on. They got their own burners after all.
I always thought you had to get bit by a werewolf to become a werewolf. Then again, why would any werewolf stop at one bite and not just eat whatever it was biting? Maybe that's why we don't have zombie plagues anymore.
I think I will try going out here because I feel like I'm just exploring deeper.
Nothing out there for me, my jurisdiction's right here. Although patrolling the whole university will probably be good for the old leg muscles. Get all tightened up in case any sick monster attacks.
Can't stand a lean steak myself. Much prefer a pressed ham.
Stop trying to make me laugh, Annie. It ain't gonna work. They're so cute together.
I feel like that was the main thing. Student Ethereum. Due to a recent unscheduled experiment by a member of our security team, the Ethereum has become talkative and boisterous. Oh, that was me. As a result, our most boring students are required to spend recreational time chatting with the Ethereum in an attempt to shut it up. Oh look, it's a spider person. I think that they'd sound like the spiders from Minecraft.
See, that's where I went wrong with my first game. After I constructed our breeding pit, the other village gained enough population resource to speed their building and foraging processes. What the shit are they talking about?
I don't know, I wasn't actually reading, I was too busy slurping noises. Oh. Okay. Presumably it's a game of some description. Wow. That is quite a character design.
So after you've drawn from the encounter deck, if what you draw is a monster, pick from the monster deck, and then you can choose to fight or flee. Oh, I actually do know what they're talking about. They're talking about, is it called Arkham Horror? I think it's called Arkham Horror. It's a board game based on the Cthulhu mythos where you're sort of a party of people and you get encounters. And if you draw a monster, you can either fight or flee it. If you fight, compare your player card's ferocity stat with the monster's, and then add a d6 to both stats to determine whether you win or lose. If you want to flee, it's the same process with the liquidity. Okay, maybe it's not quite that, but it's got to be a reference to that, surely. Once you've returned to the village board, you can add your successful foraging tokens to the village stockpile. Whatever team successfully builds their village first wins, or whatever team's village runs out of food, materials, or population resources loses.
Wow, look at his eye.
And do I have to go by my in-game name too?
Couldn't hurt.
He must be talking about some sort of board game. Never played one before. Not many places to put the board when you're off dancing in the woods with nothing but a smile on. And nowhere to keep the pieces. Can think of it. No, Geran. Keep it clean.